Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Wildermyth, where today we have a difficult choice ahead of us. And it's difficult mostly because the game hasn't really made it clear to us what will happen in either of the cases, on either branch. Like, presumably the game is going to continue getting harder, right? We will see a little bit of a pullback in difficulty when we finish the chapter, right? A couple of the calamity cards go away. But overall, things are going to keep trending upward in terms of difficulty. And while our characters are getting more powerful, we don't know for sure that we're getting more powerful at the same rate as the difficulty increase. Now, ordinarily, what we have been doing is making sure to clear all the battles so that we're like wringing maximum experience points out of each chapter, and of course, settling all the sites so as to get as much material as possible so that we can get all the equipment we need. Although, to be fair, I think we have in general turned out to have more resources than we strictly needed. So maybe we don't need to be setting up every site all the time. But like, there are probably some future costs to be paid to not conquering everything and taking every fight. The problem is that sets off against the number of townsfolk who will survive, and we have no idea mechanically what this means, or if indeed it is anything at all. You know, is this just basically like a score and we are to compare with other players? Oh, well, I did it so fast I saved 27 people. Or is there like a mechanical reason that we need to save townsfolk? I mean, obviously it's not great to let innocents die in like a moral sense. I'll give the game this. This is definitely a more interesting moral choice than the one we had to make at the end of the last thing. Like, what is the thing that's actually going to lead to us saving the most people in the long run? We have no way of knowing. We are looking forward into an uncertain future. So, as things stand right now, we could just end it. We're a little beat up, but the encounter's quite a bit easier than the one that we just did. And our team's good. Our team is good at the job. We also have 4 legacy points, and I kind of really want to fall back and build a station and recruit a 6th person so that we can start strengthening them. My suspicion is that we're going to wish we had more than just one party running around. That's a Morthagi tile. That's a Thrixl tile. That's a Morthagi tile. What do my Morthagi look like? Okay. That's not terrible, really. So I'm debating allowing some townsfolk to die to secure some things, make sure we have people. We could go ahead and break this incursion for another very difficult battle that'll give us a ton of XP. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna let the number of townsfolk tick down here because I am very worried about under strength, being under strength for the next thing. Now, of course, there is also the fact that delaying at all is certainly going to see us with another calamity. But I think it's still worth it. If we go back, we win a couple of fights. Will anybody level up off of winning a couple of fights? Is it easy to see how much XP we have or need? It's not really. They throw a lot of stuff at you here, and so much of it is kind of like not useful. It's a little hard to see the useful stuff within there. I kind of wish that they just had represented on their panel somewhere a little XP bar. Because if we can get a level up before we do this fight, that also obviously has its benefits. Let's fall back. I think I'm gonna split the party, have some of them build up the Prairie Outpost and have some of them recruit at Calmpire, and then we'll try to come back together for defense to break the incursion, and then we'll see how things look from there. Yeah, it's a shame. This is Morthagi, so clearing it won't pause the timer. All right. I'm going to have everybody head back here. We're going to do an outfitter, I guess. And then now that we've made the travel, now that we've gotten off of that tile, we're going to split a couple of people off. So building is a warrior thing, right? I didn't actually look at that task. It actually doesn't say that anybody is contributing more than 100%. Okay. So I don't know. This is 3 days to complete. We could really just send one person. Yeah, let's just... Cherry will be the one who keeps walking. Everybody else can stand still for a minute. An aloof hothead. You know what? I'm fine with that. Helmder, the aloof hothead, welcome aboard. All right, so we are... Here, we're just gonna... We've seen recruitment dialogue. All right, what do we need? Probably another warrior. Although, again, like, Cherry's in a weird position that kind of allows us to play around a little bit. Honestly, I might want another hunter. Hunters do really good damage, and they often do it in a pretty safe way. And I think that matters a lot. And then if we end up breaking into two parties in the future, it can be like Galadglin and Ennius take one party and Cherry takes the other, and sort of functions as their caster and their warrior. I'm going to take a third hunter over a second warrior. Obviously, that's a little gear dependent, so that might be a little bit of a problem. Okay, so we've done that. Okay, everybody else coming over will pretty dramatically reduce the amount of time this takes. We are getting the Calamity, and we have no legacy points, so nothing we can do about it. Mostly changes to the Droven. There is a Thrixl that got added there. Fortunately, most of the sites on the way through the incursion's path were not founded. So, you know, I do like Ember Arrows. Blinding enemies is fine, I guess. Let's take Ember Arrows. Ways of shredding armor seem very important. And then we're gonna have the new guy's not gonna come with us to this thing, I don't think, because it seems a little intense. Oh, there's Thrixl on Calmside Cave as well. Interesting. Well, yeah, I don't think this is the one where we want new guy. New guy, you take a break. Is there something I do want new guy to do? We don't have enough legacy points to build up any stations or anything, so I guess not for the moment. I'm just gonna have him come over here. Just be kind of central. I'm on my way. I'm coming. He's fast. He's a fast dude. Oh man, they ruined it already. Okay, well. I mean, let's do the fight. And then new guy can help us rebuild. So starting fires has been good to us in the past, but also splitting their forces and not having to fight them all at once usually is our plan anyway. Oh, it didn't work. Uh-oh. -3 block, -3 dodge for the whole party. That is bad. That's definitely bad. We're able to build, you know, okay, 2 of the new thing. All right. And a fire spirit, which it'd be cool to catch the fire spirit. Okay, it didn't really run that far, which is neat. Boy. You know, it would be really cool to catch the fire spirit with Ennius. He could use an enchantment. And usually when you take an enchantment, ooh, no, Linvir would be even better. Usually when you use an enchantment, it upgrades your weapon from tier 1 to tier 2 as well, right? Unfortunately, I don't see how we could possibly make that safe. Like, we can get him up there, but... Alright, that's a pretty good place to launch a Splinter Blast from, I feel like. So, of course, Galadglin, since he deployed in objectively the wrong position, cannot move to here, the place where he absolutely needs to be. Yep, and we're just gonna get really, really awful positioning for this first turn. Because the developers didn't feel that the standard deployment that is in every other game in the genre should be here. Well, I'll tell you, that's going to make this awkward. So we certainly don't want Galadglin to be the one who gets the thing. I mean, the fact is we just can't go for it. Going for it kills whoever goes for it, so... And this right here is the only tile that allows me to interfuse the wagon. Ah, man. Well, now we know why they make the warrior start in exactly that position. I mean, this one won't Splinter Blast the Scorier, but I could probably get the 2 Thrusks at least. I mean, it's fine. All right, so if we're thinking about that, we're thinking like Galadglin goes here and Guardians, and then we play everybody else sort of back in the corner a little bit more. Be a little tricky with the Scorier. I think it's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we found all the new guys. Splits into 2 smaller versions of itself when damaged. Additional armor for each interfusion. Okay, interesting. I like that as that's a thing that has some fun counterplay to it. So let me think. We're probably going to run up here and like interfuse with the well, right? So I'm going to have Aeneas stand back here and he'll be walling with her when she moves up. We'll interfuse the wagon and it should survive the first Splinter Blast. Boy, what happens if you hit a spirit? I don't know. I'm sorry, little spirit. I can't not hit you, sadly, so. Okay, it immediately dismisses it. That makes sense. It won't let her move there anymore, despite the fact that her path... Well, if we move Sinetta out of the way, it should be fine. And there's not really a compelling reason not to just put everybody in a big block together, right? Except that I guess it exposes Sinetta to attack from the east. But that's true of everything. Like, there's no way around that. I could put her here. She'll at least be walling with the well. And the first monster that comes over to try to hit her does have to get past Galadglin. And honestly, this might be... I think this is heroism time. We just have to like burn down a few of these monsters right away at the beginning of the fight because things are gonna get really ugly. All right, not where I would have preferred that bounce to go. Well, I guess these guys have 2 warding, so in fact it was a fine place. Let's just... Oh, that's true. I should engage. Does it matter who? I guess the Scorier is not likely to attack Sinetta anyway, because it's going to have a hard time getting adjacent to her. So hold on. Let's not do his thing yet, because Cherry's going to do a discus. And I think we may actually kill both of the Thrusks with it. Alright, I have my wand out. It's important to remember which thing is equipped. Okay, cool. And that means we get to do another thing. And I don't really have a plan. Scalding Rain. Is that going to destroy my well? It has a lot of health. So 5 to 6 magic damage to shred. Yeah, that feels like a pretty solid start. So Linveer moves up to the back and just preps the ambush. And then, yeah, I guess so, right? There's no cooldown on this or anything. Engage and Guardian. Well, crap. So apparently that is not covered by engage. Good to know. It is still allowed to burrow on other people. Wait a second. I think we just saw an interaction with Untouchable that I did not realize was a thing. That'll show him. Hold on. The next attack against him within 1 turn will miss. Because it looked like he expended his Untouchable to prevent Cherry from getting hit. Because if he had been attacked, then the Untouchable causing him to dodge would have meant that he counterattacked, right? But he like absorbed the hit for her, and then it said got your back, and I don't remember that being a thing that he has, where he just leaps in front of other people's attacks. I don't know. That sure is what it seemed like. Alright, so Thunderstomp, probably not worthwhile when we could Fire Chicken instead. I'm a little concerned about the Thrixl. That Bard's really far away, and it is not next to... sadly, it is not next to a thing that makes it easy for me to shred its armor. Ugh, and it destroyed Cherry's well as well. That sucks. And so actually, we don't see another stone object anywhere. Okay, there's this. If we took the fight inside, I could maybe get some benefit from that. We probably should. I should try to run this all in here and take them in the what do you call it? But in the choke point. Actually, this would be a better building since the door is not blocked, but unfortunately we can't actually get in there. Not this turn. All right, then how do we do this? Could run over to here and then Thunderstomp. And that might actually do something, but it's hard to say exactly. Man, I remember her Chain Lightning being way more effective. Am I just used to everything having actually 0 warding? I guess I must be. All right, here's what we might want to do. Just throw one of these up, pin as many people as we can, and try to push through this building. Like, obviously, I want to do some other moving first, but that might be a way that we could get in there. Like, just have you run down and crush the Thrixl. And then we press the Bard as hard as we can. We don't really have a good way of dealing with all of its armor. Let's see, I can have Cherry move forward. Take this over, Bone Lance from behind, so that at least we're striking critically against the Bard from this side. Does it shred at all? No, it pierces. One point of damage will pierce, but it does. We're still gonna have to hack through all that health. It's rough. It's a rough one. Ennius, could you tinker her, please? We're gonna leave her in a sort of a vulnerable position this turn, I think, just to try to make room for everybody else to hide in case some part of this doesn't work. Alright, a fair chunk of damage, and we've set its critical direction to the one that is useful. I am going to throw a fire down before I move. Gosh, you have a lot of warding. Yeah, see, this sucks. Now I can't make it to a position where I have any defenses at all. She could just run inside the building, I guess. Yeah, what it probably is she moves here in Silk Steps. I don't like that, because that means the Bard is alive, but I also think that we have been denied any opportunity to do any better than that. Right, I created a piece of scenery. Fun. I forgot that fire would count as scenery. Well, she's not going to do any damage to that thing anyway. Stasis. That is not ideal, because I was absolutely going to have him do a fun Shatterstorm. You get him. What happened to get him? Did Gladglin's riposte stop working? Hey, dude, what's happening? After a successful melee block or dodge, and Untouchable makes him dodge, right? It says within one turn we'll miss, but we have seen it happen multiple times that what actually happens is he dodges. Oh, other characters can remove stasis. How important is it that I blow up the tree? I actually don't know how important I think that is. Okay, I'm not allowed to extend the bone lance any less than the maximum distance, so probably not a good idea. If she backs up and shoots at him, her attack will ignore armor, and it does do 3 damage. So maybe we take one more turn, sort of like walling up over here. What is her other weapon does not do 3 damage, right? Oh, no, it totally does. Okay, yeah. Just gank that nerd. Destridulate the Thrixl. Sounds like total nonsense. Ah, yes, make sure you destridulate the Thrixl. I cannot interfuse with the bones in there, nor anything else. Maybe she just steps forward and removes the stasis? Oh, I can interfuse with this now. Do I still just remove stasis? She's in a position now where Splinter Blasting's actually pretty valuable. And remove stasis is it's a full action, but it's not a turn-ending action, right? Because turn-ending actions have the little outline around the diamond. Yeah, that's a reasonable thing to do, I think. So, actually hoping for a kill there would have been very handy. So now Aeneas can also Splinter Blast. So I mean, obviously, what I want to do here is just kill this thing. But I think I probably need to make sure I'm actually stripping armor off of the dangerous enemies. Like the Dweaver, yeah, the Dweaver has to get hit here, I think. I really wish there was a way to do this that hit all... There's not really a good reason that this doesn't hit all 3 of them, as far as I can tell. It's just... it decided not to. Yeah, the enemies have really managed to stand in a super frustrating way. All right, Gladglin is going to have to just do something here. There we go. Now we're all in incredible danger. So Galadglin's gonna engage something. Is it a nightmare? Is it the Seeker? If I go to fire this thing, no, it probably wouldn't even die. Okay, yeah, let's just do this. So he's already going to catch hell from these two. Let's grab the attention of the nightmare. All right, you teleported less than the distance that you are allowed to walk under normal circumstances. Wow, they do not like him. And of course, no blocks or dodges. Yeah, those nightmares hit hard as hell. Okay, so Galadglin died. Yeah, these nightmares are a huge problem. We desperately need Linvir to have some levels on her. This should work. And then... we have no AoE available because the enemies interfuse every piece of scenery everywhere always. I could go for a Thunderstomp here, but it's probably not going to work, but like... well, I got one stun out of it. We're in a position here where probably not going to work is all we have, so... he won't quite kill it, and he has to remove Mind Worm. And then... everything around him has to die this turn. And running him away doesn't solve anything, because then it's just everybody else dies instead. Everything around him has to die this turn, but that can't happen. And we need some lucky stunts, really is what it is. So we could swap her weapon over and do a thing with that, or we could move her and grab the wagon for Splinter Blast, but it doesn't have enough range to hit most of the enemies. What does she get out of this weapon? Pretty decent damage. I wish I had a free action available that did anything. So that lantern is interfused by the Thrixl way back there, and it's not interactable, sadly. The bounce off of this will deal 0 damage to that Dweaver, so if we want to kill the Dweaver with it, we have to hit him dead on. I think it's like... wait, why did Sinetta... oh, right, I moved her to... hold on, sorry. I moved her already this turn. So she's just got to attack here. Then you finish this thing off with a melee attack. Then Ineas falls back and finishes off this Dweaver with probably also a melee attack. It only has 1 health and no armor, so that could happen. There we go. All right, and now we need lots of luck. Okay. Sinetta leaves the battle for a moment, riding a memory back to the Stormwell. She remembers the feeling of approaching a power so primal, the way it prodded and tested her. And now, pushed up against death, it prods her again. Well, I mean, if Sonetta leaves the party, we lose the campaign. Completely doubtless. So, bottle it back up. Hey, look, his thing worked again for the first time. Yeah, okay, minus 15 accuracy is like... This character is already dead. Well, the good news is we can interfuse this. The bad news is it doesn't do anything. Galadglin can backslam a Dweaver for no damage because he only has 2 armor left. Like, what we really need him to do is just melee attack something. We need his preternatural toughness to really come to the fore here. This thing moved to a position where I can at least Bone Lance it. And then you run there to give them both the wall, and I guess interfuse this, and then we can illuminate it, which will let me bounce fire off of it next turn. Okay, that time his Untouchable fired. Or his riposte, rather. It's weird how arbitrary it is. I mean, this doesn't matter. We're gonna have to reload, right? This is not a not an outcome that is sustainable, probably. In fact, let's just go ahead and do it now. So where's the... This is the actual save, right? Yeah. We want the non-auto save. So it may be the case that we just can't handle the incursion. We handled the last one, but it was, I believe, only 11 strength. I gotta be honest with you. The fact that we are too weak for this makes me think that probably we're already doomed in a long-term campaign sense, because we're not, like... We need to be ahead of the strength curve if we're not going to be clearing everything. If we're already behind the strength curve, it's too late. What we could do is we could take everybody back to Clover Roast right now, set up defenses. Let's try that. Let's try that version of the thing. So we'll gather everybody back here. We will not do anything on the way. Huh, I'm not allowed to fortify this? That's weird. That's the thing we can usually do, right? So there are fortifications in other places. Yeah, weird. Well, we can craft with our stuff right now, so I guess that's probably a thing that's worth doing. Like, Ennius should have probably a real wand would be cool. What are we short? A huge amount of spell thread. No magical stuff gets crafted without spell thread, and we have no sources of spell thread. Well, okay, that's a shame. New bow for Linvir, perhaps? So this is... Okay, that's slightly better. Her bow is tier garbage, so... Yeah, I would love to craft her... The Titan Hunter gives some stunt damage effect, at least. Yeah, this is rough. We are too weak and too low on resources for absolutely everything. You know what? Let's run up here real fast. We'll clear a Thrixl site and get some peace. Okay, this one's worse for us, but we can't afford the legacy points to do anything about it. So no townsfolk have died in the time that we've taken here, which is definitely a good, like, that means that it's extremely worth taking the time, right? The huge moth that landed in Sonetta's hair, we have for sure seen this event before. Alright, tell us a story, friend. Did we hear the story about the Trickster Moon? I'm gonna tell you. My initial inclination is absolutely to click on the Trickster Moon. But does that mean that's what I would have done last time we saw this too? I don't remember. I think I remember that the last one we heard was about the stars themselves, right? Let's click this. Galadglin told of how the moon used to be a dark hunk of stone until it tricked the sun into giving up some of his light. And the sun, as you always suspected, can't stand the thought of anyone approaching a fraction of his brilliance. The moon knew that a fair fight was out of the question. So while the sun was distracted, the moon fled over the horizon, drawn by a team of fireflies. And to this day they take refuge in the night sky, shining where the sun will never find them, giving their blessings to those who move swiftly through the shadows. Okay, temporary speed boost for the people who most need to get into melee range. That's pretty nice. So we got a whole lot of Seekers with plus damage. Alright. Could be worse, could be worse. I guess Galadglin, go over here and open this door. It is funny that it zoomed to the weakest and furthest enemies. It's like, oh no, look at these. Are you stone? You are not. Uh-oh. There is a real dearth of interfusable stone around here. It's wild considering that the walls are made of stone. You would think I'd be able to interfuse with those. So what do I do? Well, a chain lightning is not a bad idea here. Seekers are pretty low warding, and if we chain this one, it'll bounce to that one and probably do some damage at least. I have no chance of hitting you. And it doesn't show the cover icon here, but I'm assuming that that is why, is that this is a cover problem. Well, I'm still going to take the shot because, yeah. It does suck, though, that just chose not to show the cover indicator. I guess I will engage one of them. Doesn't matter which one, really. May as well get the extra point of armor, right? And then... So I wonder... The bucket will be able to be converted into shackles, but I wonder if shackles will stop the burrow? Probably not, right? It's not a move, it's an ability. I could hurl that chair at them, I guess. That seems fine. And really, it's just him that needs to get hit. Well, too bad for me. This will give us Constrict, which is at least a fair amount of magic damage. Let's tinker. Sonetta has a considerable dodge chance. I'm going to tinker Cherry here. And then throw up some arches. Okay. I should have done that before deciding who was engaged. That's definitely my bad. Alright, good open. And that could be a lot worse. Okay, honestly, that was a pretty gentle turn, all things considered. So I probably just want to detonate the tree on them. So sometimes Splinter Blast blows up as a square, and sometimes it blows up as a cross. And it's not, I don't know how to know which thing it's going to do when I cast it. Alright, that time at least we got the armor. Also, oh yeah, watch this. That's fun. Let's move you back. We're gonna play back a little bit here. I'm gonna try to drag them all the way outside. Sonetta is going to start a fire chicken. And then clear the stasis off of Linvir. I don't see any reason for Linvir to do anything other than that. That one's already lit, so we can just shoot the fire all the way across here. You know, I do think we need to probably focus up a little bit on the Scorier. Cowardice. Stopping just short of the ambush. Okay, Linvir's turn is probably pretty straightforward. I'm not going to commit her second move yet, but I think we know what it is. So let's see. I could Wild Grasp you. Can Gladglin just kill this thing? No, not quite. But I can move here, backslam it into the doorway. Like, I kind of want to actually block at this point. So I think what I'm going to do is move into the doorway, actually. Backslam it up to here for 1 damage. And now he kills it. I'm pretty sure we're still going to want to do that. It's just a hole made of bone. When you think about it, that doesn't even make any goddamn sense. But that's what it is. So... Gosh, I wish I was allowed to just interfuse with some rocks. This thing's a problem. Well, Wild Grasp pins. So if I do this... Okay, great news. Then we have a pretty decent one of these, and the Seeker can't really move to get revenge. Cherry just needs to move away from this thing. I'm a little scared about putting her right up front when she doesn't have anything stone to interfuse with. What do we get out of grain bags? Constrict. I'm going to put her... I don't really want to let anything past anymore, though. My backfield is like... It's seen better days. It's just really scary to run all the way up here. And we don't have a fire to grab, so I guess what it is just like shackle something. Try to limit the things that can get close to her in the first place. All right, not a bad start. Also, very good. Okay, that's not so bad. Here comes the bad news. That's also the bad news. Actually, it's incredible how bad that news is. Really wild. What do I do about this? That thing will still be pinned for another turn. So if I engage you, run up to here and just drop the Seeker. Okay, that should be a good start. Aeneas needs to hit this thing. And then Linvir can get a crit. Okay, I mean, we regained control, right? So... I may as well. I don't think I want her to move forward. Maybe I want her to move backward. Well, bummer. Because I think Galadglin's not going to one-shot the Thrusk. Well, he wasn't before. He's certainly not going to now. Well, that's pretty handy. Actually, she might be better off using the spear. Yeah, with this thing having 6 damage, she will actually still kill that. So now we have to figure out how to control this situation. Galadglin runs up here, engages the Nightmare, and then hits Guardian. I don't love that. Alright, you get up here, prep the ambush. I don't know that we have much of a turn from him, but we can, I guess, do a little bit of setup. Just interfuse a couple of objects in the area. Now, you know what? I think I'm going to move into the room some more, actually. Because I want to be closer to getting to move up here and grab some of this stuff. That said, it's not super safe to move him, like... I guess Galadglin's got the door. Alright, so now what are you doing and where are you going to end up? I guess she's probably just running into... we'll put her here and then that'll give Aeneas a place to wall up with her. Okay, we gotta remember that this is a teleport point for the thing. So engage does not... Forcing it to attack him. Yeah, engage does not actually do what it says it does. That's a shame. That would be really useful. The way it's worded is a cool ability. It's a shame it doesn't do that and also like just lies to you about its actual effect. So let's see here. There is a wooden stepladder in here, so like if I run up to here, backslam the Nightmare to like that position. Oh right, I forgot about that. That's fun. And then we run up and grab the stepladder and hurl it at the line of them. We should be able to get something done. Oh, this time it's a cross instead of a... Damn it. Alright, well, hold on a second then. These ones, are they going to split again? That's weird. The tooltip text thinks they're bards. There are elements of this game that just kind of don't work, huh? I don't really know what to make of that. So a chain lightning on you is about half health. Let's go for the kill if we can get it. We cannot. This bow does... Can I move and still... No, okay. I sacrifice my prepared shot, and I no longer do enough damage to get the kill. So I could grab the egg and do a flare off of it. Am I able to get those? Okay, if I run all the way to here, I'm able to get the fabric rolls. But I would not be able to kill this guy, because Constrict only does 2 damage. And it will get 100% blocked by his warding. So I think I just have her ambush, because having her shoot doesn't do anything. And then we flare off of this. Okay, that worked. That was cool. So unfortunately, that Dweaver does have the ability to teleport to some pretty annoying positions. It chooses not to take advantage. Interesting. I would not have expected that to trigger the ambush. Okay. Yeah, that's very interesting indeed. Oh, you're kidding me. I can move up to 1 tile away from the Dweaver. Well, then I think I just chased the Bard. It's a shame we don't have Suplex available, but I do think that's a fine start. I do love a good Suplex. So, is there... There's not very good stuff in there. We can constrict the Dweaver. I can't get anyone close enough to flare it. Constricting it might be our best move. If it teleports, it has to teleport to that. I mean, the other thing we could do is we could just, like, book it full speed into this room over here. Nobody's going to be able to do meaningful damage to the Bard anyway. Or I suppose we could fall back further into this room. Leave Galadglin up there to deal with them. Just like ambush in the doorway and then... It's not horrible. So if I bone wall like that, I'm not 100% sure what this is going to do. Let's have you... Because Galadglin can take that Bard by himself, no question, right? Can't actually interfuse with anything else. Could move you to here where you can wall with that thing and then interfuse with, like, the loom. That Bone Lance isn't going to go through the wall, so we just wait. Sinetta also just waits? I'm kind of curious what the Dweaver's going to do. I forgot that it could effectively attack like 4 spaces by teleporting in such that its far left edge is touching the thing and then attacking from its right edge. Because that is very silly. It is very silly that that is a thing that can happen. Well, not a big deal though, because I think we're pretty much done with the battle. So let's... I'm assuming, yeah, Thunderstomp's got a garbage chance of working. We can do this and create a direction. Is there no way for me to... No, can't angle it around her. Should have done that before. Well... I can withdraw from these grain bags and then interfuse with these textiles and do a constrict now. Just like stack up a bunch of little bits of damage here because it's all we have. There we go. It's wild how much work we have to put into every single time we want to hit an enemy these days. Okay. Linvir's getting pretty close to that level up. Superheroism is definitely compelling. So is Bard. Sinetta's not getting quite the number of free super murder kills that she was getting before, so Rogue won't happen all the time. And Rogue, the Rogue offensive effect ignores armor, not warding. So it doesn't actually help her to be in the gray plane offensively. It's purely defensive for her. I think I'm going to take Heroism. Let's just turn the Nova turn into more Nova. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Aeneas is the one who is always using his potency. Sometimes that's very annoying. Plus 25 days, hooray. Okay, so I would love to secure this, but we got to go back here and do the thing right now. And we're a little injured, so this is going to be even harder to do. Let's give it a shot, though. You know, lots of elements of this may work out more in our favor than they did last time. All right, they're just gonna keep moving through. I mean, could we run to Lodengost and try to... I mean, we're not going to get there in time to set anything up. Let's just intercept and see what happens. All right. Failed the 68% chance twice. Okay, actually. I wonder if we did. I am now thinking that maybe it's just like... because we got the same map as well. The enemy layout is different, but I'm wondering if there's like an in-battle seed and an overworld seed. Well, it's certainly bad. There's no two ways about that. See, Splinter Blast here is a 3x3 box. Alright, one of them blocked, which sucks, but only one of them. Could have been worse. Yeah, no, I know. I know there's 1,000 enemies. Alright, pretty good start. Pretty good start. So, actually, Sinetta can kill the Scorier with a Chain Lightning bounce. Which means that there's not really any value in continuing to attack it. I think I am still making for this this house over here. That's going to be my plan, and it's going to be the plan from a lot earlier in the battle this time. So I'm pretty sure I want to run you up here, interfuse with the well, and then I might want to hold off on actually doing anything, though, because I don't want the Scorier to absorb a Discus Bounce. I definitely want to hit it with Sinetta's Lightning first. So I think what I'm going to do, actually, is just run to here, pop the do everything button, and just shoot this thing, which is getting quarter cover, which doesn't make any sense. Like, no, it's not, right? All right, there we go. I mean, like, objectively, no, you do not have 3/4 cover. What? What is going... I'm reading that right? This thinks that he has 3/4 cover against me? It doesn't seem to be reflected in the hit percentage, though. I don't know. That's a shame. I was hoping that that would bounce the other way. All right, Cherry, go ahead and discus bounce. Okay, that is so bad. Yeah, because that discus could have killed both of the little nightmares. Wow, so the score you're coming up from Burrow shreds armor. It's a completely unavoidable, completely uninteractable attack that shreds armor. You cannot convince me they tested this difficulty. There's no way. All right, so you can interfuse. All right, she's probably got to move first. I mean, she's gonna die, right? She's in a terrifying position here. But also, we have to start getting kills. There's so many enemies that you can't even see all their health bars. All right. Linveer doesn't actually get to play the game this turn. Oh. Those have Overwatch. Huh, do they always have Guardian? I don't think we've ever seen... Pretty sure they didn't. Pretty sure that they did not always have Guardian. So she's dead now. That's a shame. I mean... her getting bounced out of combat early has way less effect on us than anybody else getting bounced out of combat early. It's definitely not the worst thing that could happen. It's not good, but... can't even kill the damn nightmare. Stupid 1 damage spoon. So I guess I throw out arches and try to just pin as many things as I can. There's no sense in pinning the Dweaver there. But yeah, this over here is not bad, right? Okay, cool. 4 pins is nice. Nothing's in range for Thunderstomp. And Galadglin's got the Mind Worm. Well, he's kind of just dead no matter what, right? Every one of these enemies shreds armor. Like, it's going to be very difficult for him to survive. Let's remove the Mind Worm. Let's engage the Dweaver in the hopes that it will fail to hit him. It hitting anybody else is very, very bad. Yeah, and just hit it really hard and hope that it fails to hit you, and so you get a counterattack and can kill it. Wow. All right, well... that's pretty bad news. The loss of Galadglin or Sinetta is too brutal. We cannot consider actually losing either one of them permanently. Although Sinetta, I guess, a little bit less so. Galadglin is really like key to our whole deal. Okay, yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and call it there. This incursion is simply not defeatable. So, when you come back next time tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to load that save again, and I guess we're just going to go ahead and end the chapter. There is no way for us to fight this incursion, and I think it's a bad idea for us to stick around in the chapter long enough for the incursion to remove a settlement. And it looks like if we go anywhere to try to accomplish anything, that is going to happen. It's the timing matches up really well for them. So I think we do just have to clear the chapter, and fingers crossed hope that enemy strength does not increase too much from chapter to chapter. Like we know that that shadows deepen, enemies get +1 card thing is going to happen. That's unavoidable, but we might be able to stick the difficulty curve even so. Fingers crossed, because if we can't, there's simply no way forward from here, and we have to give up the campaign entirely. So yeah, that's the plan. When you come back next time, tomorrow, we're just going to kill the chapter, and we'll see you then.